Hi friends, I hope you've had a great day today. It's been a beautiful Sunday. I know some friends have been worshiping online and doing some kids worship with their church. I think that is amazing and awesome. I spent some of my day giving one of my dogs a haircut, and I don't think he's talking to me right now. I think he's a little upset with me because his hair is so short. I didn't know he had spots until today. That's how short his hair is. So I don't know that dog grooming is going to be in my future, but since I can't take him to the groomer right now, I tried to do it myself. And I think I'm going to stick to reading books for now. But I've got a couple of them for you. One is called the Giant Jam Sandwich, and the second one is called the Napping House. All right. One hot summer in Itching Down, 4 million wasps flew into town. That's a lot of wasps. They drove the picnickers away. They chased the farmers from their hay. They stung Lord Swell on his fat, bald pate. They dived and hummed and buzzed and ate. And the noisy, nasty nuisance grew till the villagers cried, "What can we do?" So they called a meeting in the village hall, and Mayor Muddlenut asked them all, "What can we do?" And they said, "Good question," but nobody had a good suggestion. Then Bap the baker leaped to his feet and cried, "What do wasps like best to eat? Strawberry jam. Now wait a minute. If we made a giant sandwich, we could trap them in it." The gentleman cheered, "Yay!" and the lady squealed, "Ah!" And Farmer Seed said, "Use my field." Bap gave instructions for the making of the dough. "Mix flour from above and yeast from below, salt from the seaside and water from the spout. Now thump it, bump it, and bang it about." While they were working and working hard, some more made a tablecloth out in the yard. So here they are making all this dough to make the bread. And then way back there, they're making a tablecloth. When they were done, the dough was left to rise till the loaf was a mountain in shape and size. They hitched it up with a bit of a fuss to tractors, cars, and the village bus, and took it to the oven they had made on the hill, 50 cookers in an old brick mill. So they're going to put this into this big oven that they made, because you got to cook your bread. For hours and hours they let it cook. It swelled inside till the windows shook. It was piping hot when they took it out, and the villagers raised a mighty shout, "Yay! Isn't it crusty? Aren't we clever?" But the wasps were just as bad as ever. The loaf was left to cool, and then the people watched while 6 strong men took a great big saw and sliced right through. Everybody clapped, and they cut slice too. You see them right there? They've got people on this side and this side using a saw to go back and forth to cut it all the way down. The village bus, they all agreed, would spoil the fields of Farmer Seed. So 8 fine horses pulled the bread to where the picnic cloth was spread. So here they have all the horses pulling the bread up the hill to the big tablecloth. A truck drew up and dumped out butter, and then they spread it out with a flap and a flutter. Spoons and spades, slap and slam, and they did the same with the strawberry jam. That's a lot of strawberry jelly and a lot of butter. Meanwhile, high above the field, 6 flying machines whirred and wheeled, ready for the wasps to take the bait, and then there was nothing to do but wait. So they've got one slice of bread on the ground. They've got the other slice of bread up in the air. And what are they waiting on? The wasps. Suddenly the sky was humming. All 4 million wasps were coming. They smelled that jam, they dived and struck, and they ate so much that they all got stuck. The other slice came down kersplat on top of the wasps, and that was that. There were only 3 that got away, and where they are now, I cannot say. So here's all of the wasps coming down. They got stuck. And then those helicopters dropped the second piece right on top. And how many got away? Just 3. But they never came back to Itching Down, which is not a waspish sort of town, but a very nice place to dance and play, and that's what the villagers did that day. So they're having a big party, dancing and singing, and so excited that they got rid. Now, look right there. I wonder what they're gonna do with that sandwich. What became of the sandwich? Well, in Itching Down, they like to tell how the birds flew off with it in their beaks and had a feast for 100 weeks. Can you see that? See the birds have that picked up in their beaks and they flew off with it. And they think that the birds ate the bread. Whoa. That's a cool book. So what was the problem in the story? This little town had what kind of bug? Yep, wasps. So many wasps. 4 million wasps. And so they decided to come up with a plan and make a big, giant sandwich to trap them in it. That was very clever. Very clever. I wonder if you would have another idea on how to catch those wasps. I don't know. All right, this one is by Audrey Wood and Don Wood. It's called The Napping House. It's a fun little story. I don't know if this happens to you while you've been at your house with all the people in it and you're napping. I don't know. There is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. I don't know if you can tell, but it's raining in this picture. It's kind of dark. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that bed, there is a granny, a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. So there's the napping granny. And uh-oh, look who's coming. And on that granny, there is a child, a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Good job. You can help me with that part. And on that child, there is a dog, a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Good job. It's a lot of napping happening. And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. I hear something in the woods behind me. I don't know what it is. It's probably a squirrel. And on that cat, there is a mouse. Can you see that tiny little mouse? A slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. And on that mouse, there is a flea. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. Boop. Can it be a wakeful flea? On a slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Do you see where this might be a problem? Everything's asleep except for the flea. Uh-oh. A wakeful flea who bites the mouse. Look, He's like, wow. Who scares the cat? Wow. The cat's gonna get the dog. Who claws the dog? Woo. Who thumps the child? Hey. Who bumps the granny? Whoa. Can you see everything is upside down and topsy-turvy? Who breaks the bed? Ah. In the napping house where no one now is sleeping. That little flea woke everybody up. That is a fun story. And in this book, you can tell the author uses different words to describe what they're doing, how they're sleeping. So you had a slumbering mouse. That's another word for sleeping. A snoozing cat. That's another word for sleeping. Dozing dog. Dreaming child. Snoring granny. It wouldn't have been as much fun to put sleeping with every one of those. A sleeping mouse, a sleeping cat, a sleeping dog. So the author used different words to describe what they were doing and how they were. I think that's great. And I love the pictures, very detailed. So cool. But you notice too in the story, it was raining and raining and it's starting to get a little brighter. Oh, out the window's looking a little bit different color. Oh, and you can see it's starting to, maybe the sun is coming out. You see the sun? See how the illustrator used that yellow color? And now it's really sunny. And then at the very end, what do you see? What do you see a lot of times after it rains? You see a rainbow. That's so cool. But he used blues at the beginning of the book when it was raining. And then he used bright yellows and greens at the end when the sun came out. So when you're drawing pictures at home, you could use colors like that too. If you wanted to draw rain, you could use blue. If you wanted to draw sunshiny things, you could do yellows and oranges. How fun. I love that book. That's a fun one. Well, friends, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me for story time, and we'll see you again next time. And remember, I love you, your teachers love you, your parents love you, but who loves you most of all? God. Always remember that, okay, friends? Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye. Oh.